Okay, to politics, with the South African Communist Party holding its national conference from today. It may discuss the possibility of contesting the next general elections alone. As part of the tripartite alliance, the SACP and Trade Union Federation COSATU have generally supported ANC candidates. But COSATU in Gauteng and some COSATU-affiliated unions have come out in support of the SACP standing alone. Party leader Blade Nzimande, who is currently South Africa's Higher Education Minister, is stepping down. Meanwhile, as SACP General Secretary, he's confirmed he will not be available for re-election. To discuss, we're joined by political analyst and author Dr. Ebrahim Harvey. Doctor, thank you for being with us. Firstly, what is the relevance of the SACP to the challenges facing South Africa right now to where we are?
Yeah, no, it's a very dire moment, I think, for not just the ANC, which is having the worst crisis in its existence, really, certainly in post-apartheid, but so is it with COSATU and the SACP, I mean, last year the SACP celebrated its centenary, 100 years old. Quite honestly, I follow the SACP closely. I know Blade Nzimande very well. I've interviewed him. No, the SACP has got little to show after 101 years of existence, And you need to only ask yourself, what is the purpose of a communist party? A communist party, let me tell you very briefly, plays the leading role in working class struggles, wherever it might be in the world. The SACP has been nowhere to be seen in the townships, whether you're dealing with water, sanitation, electricity, housing, health, etc. The SACP has played second fiddle to the ANC. The part of the arrangement of actually getting the SACP leadership to hold its own rank and file in check is to give the SACP leadership ministerial posts, whether minister or deputy minister, as has been the case. The SACP, I'm sorry to say, I hear you talking about them wanting to go independent. They've been saying it for over 10 years. They never had the courage to enter the elections independently at all. I don't think they'll do so now. And whether there'll be a change of leadership, there are some regions that want Blade to return, and then I think most of them don't want him to return. They want Solly Maipaila, the Deputy General Secretary, to take over. We don't know. But the key and critical question the SACP and its membership and the media must ask them is, what has the SACP achieved in the past 100 years? I mean, since 1994, the watershed elections, the SACP is nowhere to be seen. I researched this area, water, sanitation, townships. There is no presence. The SACP has had no role to play in the working class struggles in all the townships, if truth be told.
Would it be fair to say COSATU has been strong, but COSATU has been strong for people with jobs. The SACP, you're saying, should be there where everybody is struggling, people with or without jobs.
Yes, but that's the job of a communist party. The job of a communist party, whether you're talking about trade union, worker class issues on the factory floor, or in the townships now, what they call social reproduction struggles in the townships. The job of a communist party, that's why it's the leading force of the working class. I'm saying to you that nowhere, I mean, the black townships have been in the worst crisis ever around basic services. Ask yourself, where is the SACP? You can look at all the TV footage, look at all the organizations that have been involved in these township-based struggles for basic services. The SACP is nowhere to be found. It's never featured anywhere, in those struggles. And that's been the unspoken agreement, I think, it had with the SACP, with the ANC, that it would get a deputy ministerial post, and in return for that, it would keep its membership in check. And that's why you've had no serious, the research will prove it. The SACP has played no critical, important role in working class struggles.
If the SACP goes alone,
the townships.
If the SACP goes it alone and does start to flex its muscles and does start to make its presence felt, given its ideology, can it be a threat to the ANC?
No, I'm afraid to say the SACP has had a long time to root itself, in a serious, significant way within the black working class in particular. It has failed I think if the SACP should go it alone, I think it's a little bit too late, to be honest with you. I do not think that even the NC's support base is dwindling rapidly. You can see the results of 2016 and 2021. It's a bad situation there. I don't think that the disgruntled ANC members now, if the SACP enters the elections, will now throw their weight behind the SACP and vote for the SACP. I believe that even if they enter the elections, they will have minimal impact in the elections, I believe.
Could it ironically give the ANC some freedom, because you always have this struggle between those who are more capitalist aligned in the ANC and those who are more socialist, and many people have said with the tripartite alliance there's just too much tension, there's just too much debate around everything. Could the ANC then possibly move to being that business friendly party and the SACP become a home for the leftist thinkers and voters?
Well, you know what? The ANC has always been, from 1994, if you studied, they've been a market-friendly, pro-capitalist party. It is true, I must say, however, let me qualify it a bit. If the SACP enters the election seriously, I'm talking seriously now, and they get COSATU, that is key and critical support. Let me tell you, then there might be a significant difference if COSATU throws its weight, though it has declined also, after it dismissed Harvey and NUMSA in 2015, it significantly declined. But even with what it's got at the moment, if the COSATU should throw its weight behind the SACP in elections, then I can tell you that they might make a significant difference and become themselves a pole of attraction of a wider dissatisfaction in the ANC alliance, and where they rally behind the SACP. But particularly the condition for that success is that COSATU rallies behind the SACP, drops its support for the ANC in an election. Then you're talking business.
Yeah, and there's signs of that in Gauteng, but we haven't heard from COSATU nationally. Thank you very much. There was political analyst and author Dr. Ebrahim Harvey, and we'll follow the national conference of the SACP taking place this week, kicking off today.